Kalamazoo Reverb 12. If you've been following this on the Searcy Stringworks blog, you've seen that we've done quite a bit of work to it. It had to have new caps put in it. It drowned in the flood, the 2010 floods. It was out of my shop, which got about 2 feet of water in it, so this thing was completely sunk. As a result of that, the pots are a little scratchy, yeah, but they work pretty good. The baffle that the speaker connects to was made of particle board originally, and if you've ever seen water and particle board mix, it's not a pretty thing. Ends up looking a lot like granola. The first order of business on this amp was to get the thing working. The caps were bad. A lot of the old electrolyte caps from that time period and those old amps did go bad. They had about a 40-year lifespan on them, so it's just a matter of time before they crap out on you. So this one got brand new electrolytes in it. And the other thing I had to do, I feel like this is a have-to-do sort of thing, is originally the power switch is on the back of this treble knob. So you can turn it on and off right there. But what this does is it runs 110 volt AC power straight through the middle of your preamp. So it makes it hum like a beehive. So I ended up moving that over here. Originally there was a fuse holder over here, and I took that out, put it on the back of the amp, and instead installed this three-way switch, which in the up position is a standby, and in down gives us a live sound. That was the first thing I did. Now that got us up and running. And with those modifications, the Kalamazoo Reverb 12 will sound a lot like this. Let me dial in a sound for you. Treble all the way up, bass at about noon, and the volume at about noon. Gives you about not bad. It's a good sound. The problem that I had with it was that it cranked all the way up, full on, turned up to 11. This is as loud as it gets. And that's, actually if you're recording, I think that's a reasonable volume. But my little Marshall 5 watt over there is easily 3 times as loud as this. This is supposed to be a 12 watt amp. So I got in there messing around, and what I found out was there's a voltage divider in this amp that tries to give you a bigger, it tries to split the difference between volume of the dry signal and the volume of the reverb. If we turn the reverb on, first thing you're going to notice is there's a hell of a lot of hum on there. I've never managed to fix that. There's a hell of a lot of reverb on there too. Turn that all the way up. Now you see, it is louder with both of those on. The weird thing about that, and this is in the fully stock mode of this amp, this is the way the factory built it. You turn the loudness, which is the volume, all the way down. It never turns the reverb signal down, so you get this weirdness here. So what I did was I ended up installing a switch. This loudness pot is a push-pull pot. It's a 500K pot. I swapped that original one out with a push-pull, and so now I can push this in, and the hum goes way far away, and our volume gets louder. As you'll notice, that's on about 12 o'clock. Already is at least as loud as it was all the way up with the voltage divider still in the circuit. We turn it all the way up, you get a lot more breakup and a lot more gain. And that's, to me, a lot more useful signal, and it does start to get a little more reminiscent of that Fender sound, Fender Champ or something like that. Now, one other really weird thing about this, if we go back to the stock mode, all right, You hear that bump in the reverb. I'll turn that off for right now so I can illustrate what it is I'm trying to get at here. The bass control on this thing is freaky. It's got a center tap in the middle of the bass control. So it ends up acting like a bass control, volume-y sort of weirdness. So with the bass rolled back, it actually rolls the volume. It's a lot louder. But it's so bassy that to me it's just muddy. I can't use that sound. That's just too muddy to me. So you start rolling it back. When you get in this 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock type position, you get a really weird, almost like a wah. Turn it all the way down. Very bright. It's bright, but it's not a sparkly bright. It's kind of a muted, ugly bright to me. You know, sounds like it's in a can or something. If we turn it up, about where I like it, it's about that 1 o'clock position in the stock mode. That gives me enough low end to give it some push, but enough top end to give it some cut too. This is all in the neck pickup anyway, because they're mostly clean sounds, which I like to use the neck pickup for the most part. Let's go back to the mod. This is what is called the R14 mod, because it cuts out the voltage divider resistor, which is resistor number 14 on the drawing. You get a lot more bang out of that. You grab a pick. Guitars on the walls are all ringing. That works pretty good. I like it. Now, one other thing I added to this was this switch on the end. You're all balling that saying, what is that? Okay, that's a toggle switch on here. This is a single pole, single throw toggle switch. And what it does is it connects one end of this tone stack to the other, essentially jumping it out. So what it does, because there are so many resistors and so much going on in this tone stack, you get a ridiculous boost in volume with that. Once you kick this switch in, there's no question you're listening to a 12-watt amp. See what I mean? All kinds of hell breaking loose. In the voltage divider mod, where we cut that voltage divider out of the circuit. So now we're really getting into some serious territory here. You get what I'm saying? Kick on the reverb. You do get some nice little switch to the bridge pickup. Get what I'm saying? Anyway, that's just a quick rundown. See you next time.